Hello, other places. Hello out there, anybody that's tuned in. I'm really appreciate you being here. I'm Clare Cooley. This is the Creativity Show. Excuse where I'm repeating because we don't go up on all the platforms exactly at the same time. But today's virtual visit is about DIY holiday home decor beautification and DIY gift making. It's all about being economical and ecological. So we're going to show you ideas today that I've done about creating things that enhance your environments and are handmade gifts from the heart for the people in your lives. We love to find things, people donate things we come across in used stores or in the backyard. We're going to show you some of that turn into beautiful decor or gifts. So we're going to start with this outfit is actually permanent pens. I did this bird of paradise, and it's what started me on the art to wear. I did a couple with permanent pens, and then I moved on to stencils so that they could be duplicated. And then my technically facile son, Bodie the movie maker, his YouTube channel, it helped me make them into SVGs. Can we show these cards when you're ready that are available on the web store that he created for me that has lots of my paintings and drawings in prints that we do here at the Emerald Lady. I like to call it righteous resourcefulness. The more resourceful we are, the less we have to waste, the less goes in the landfill, the more we can recreate from what's around us. The lighter we walk on the earth, the more harmony we create with the environment, the more we use our imaginations to enhance our lives, heal ourselves, and walk lightly on the planet, the better. So ecological, economical, that's what it's all about. So we're going to show you some ideas on decorating, wasteless wrapping, no waste whatsoever. Nothing has to go into the landfill, and nothing has to be purchased every year. It's reusable. The people you give your gifts to in these reusable bags, they can give gifts to others or reuse the bags for whatever they choose. So can we show the cards here? These are so far, we've got, I guess, 6 or 7 of the SVGs up on my web store, Patreon. I think it's also on Etsy. And for something close to $3, these stencil designs, of course, can be downloaded to your computer, especially if you have a Cricut. They're scalable vector graphics, which means you can print them any size you like, and use them on clothes, on cards, on walls, on gift bags, where they have so many different uses. And I've got a bunch of videos out there, how to cut with a stencil with a scissors, how to cut with a razor blade, a hot knife, or a Cricut cutter, whatever level of stencil cutting you're at, or download my stencils and use them however you want. Have fun with your own creativity in how you use them. So there's stencil cards, which make beautiful gifts or cards with your gifts. Reusable bags, put a stencil on it, put something, some tangerines in it, there you go. It's a gift that then they can shop with that reusable bag and think of you every time they look at their beautiful hand stenciled uh, from the heart gift of their reusable bags. So now let us move on to some other decor things that Bodhi's going to go in the office.
Can we see the outfit again real quick?
Oh, sure. Here's the Bird of Paradise, like done with the, let's show you this one, done with permanent pens, which got me started thinking, wow, you know, we all want to look good, let's face it, we do. And we all want to show our style, share our aesthetic with the world, have fun creating. So I went from drawing on clothes, and on Thursday, I'll wear another hand-drawn with permanent pens outfit. And then I went into stenciling so that I could share it with you, in that my stencils are available for you to purchase. So you can, if you choose, pick the designs that work for you. I've made over 300 stencil designs, so one after another, they're going to keep coming out. And I hope you enjoy them and use them. And I love to hear how you use them or how you make art to wear or handmade gifts or decor, holiday decor, anything you want to share about your righteous resourcefulness. It is a time for humanity. I think we all understand to walk lighter on the planet, do whatever we can to not waste, recreate for the joy of it from things we have, to not be gluttonous, to not be greedy, to use what we have, stretch our imaginations by looking around us and saying, oh, those are some beautiful reeds in the yard or cattails on my friend's property that they're going to cut down anyway. What can I do that's beautiful with them? So we're going to be showing every Monday, Thursday. We're going to do another virtual visit so that we can show you, we keep showing you ideas, and I love hearing your questions, your comments, your ideas. So let us move on to showing, let me get this, and we're going to show you how to make this simple, beautiful, quick, in less than 10 minutes, make a beautiful flower.
A ribbon rose.
A ribbon rose that then we'll show you how to make it with that stiff ribbon that has wire edges so it keeps its shape, and with a stapler and a little tape. That's all you need. So we'll show you how that happens when Bodhi goes in the office and gets that video up. If you're ready to do that, here he goes. I'm so grateful, Bodhi, the movie maker, my technical son, who loves all the technical stuff. I love all the hands-on stuff. So we're a great team. It takes a team. And I love helping him with his different aesthetic. His book is now out on Patreon, a sci-fi thriller horror, Northport 1999, a fictional reimagining of Duluth, where we are now. And I loved helping him, even though it's a completely different aesthetic than mine. My book is a memoir, so they couldn't really be any more different, but he helps me with mine. I help him with his. We're very fortunate. I had an artist mother who was a great reflection for me, a great confidence builder for me, advocate. We all need that. And I'm very fortunate to have a mother that was my champion of my creativity, and a son who appreciates that I am his champion and he's my champion. So I hope you either have someone like that in your life, or you keep looking till you find someone and treasure them and reciprocate, help them bring their dreams to fruition. There's nothing more satisfying for a creative than sharing what moved us to create and moving others with it. So are we ready to show the gold flower being made? This in less than 10 minutes. We'll show you how that's made. You ready?
Yep.
All right. So basically, I cut these ribbons in 4 different lengths, and then I stapled from the smallest center of the flower to the largest, stapled them together, and then a little bit of tape that's rolled in a roll so that it's sticky on both sides. And then the layers are stuck to one another. I'll show you how I made the center in a second. He speeded that up, but it took me less than 10 minutes. And you, all you need is some, you could do it with ribbon that isn't stiff, but I like this stiff ribbon somebody donated to me that I think makes a beautiful table or wall ornament. That's how I did the center, folded it in half and rolled it so that the very center had a center of the flower look to it, and did the tape in a roll underneath it. Used a little tape to keep it from unrolling. And so staple gun and tape. That's all you need. And we'll show you it finished. There we go. And I had enough of this ribbon to make 3. So there's a small, and then there's 2 larger ones and one. Can we show them on the table so we can see how they look used, put to use? There's in the bag and on the table. And then I have end tables. Do you have those shots as well?
Yes, I do.
So that's at an end table on either side of my the living room couch. I have a little framed print of my art and these ribbons. So that's great. So can we show the outside, the silver ribbon flower that we put outside? Because these ribbon flowers, this material, it's kind of like foil, is very hardy, weatherproof. I made one for outside to cover a outside light we have that shines up on the house. Are you ready to show that?
Yes, one moment.
Okay, so I'm also out front going to show you what we did with pine cones that fell out of the neighbor's tree into our yard instead of sending them to the landfill. So that's out front. And now, are you showing there we go. So that garland we made out of pine cones that fell in our yard, and I just strung them with twine, and they've made it through last winter, and this winter we added some little twinkle lights to it. So instead of it, being waste, it's now something wonderful that decorates the house. So as I've said, I love to have materials that literally fell into my yard or I come across on a walk, or somebody donates because they need to move or clear some space, or they just don't want to, they can't think of something to make out of it, and they think, well, Claire will think of something. And sooner or later I do. I like to say that the difference between a hoarder and a creative is organization. So if you have materials organized so that when a need or inspiration hits you, you can go to those materials or tools and make something. That's not a hoarder. That's a person that collects stuff and waits for a use for it. And since COVID started, I haven't stepped foot in one store. We have groceries delivered, fresh food, once every 2 weeks. And I have been using this stuff that people donated to me, and I haven't run out of ideas or inspiration without getting in a vehicle, going into another building in more than 3 years now. And it's really taught me a lot about how content we can be with ourselves if we have made peace with our past, with the disappointments in our lives, and we have forgiven others and ourselves for any mistakes or wounds. And we use our creativity to entertain ourselves, to find the joy in creating. If we step into creative reverie, we increase our happiness. It's been medically proven. I really love repeating that, because stepping into creative flow, which is why my book is called Incandescence, Rising Above Darkness, because stepping into that creative flow, even as a little girl, my first form of creativity was dance, because I didn't need any materials. So that was the first way I expressed my creativity. And stepping into that creative flow gives us a sense of serenity, joy. It increases our happiness. Expressing emotions stimulates our immune system. So creating is a safe way to express any and all emotions. So that's my mission, is to share the healing, life-enhancing properties of creativity. And as a creativity coach, which I'm going to be giving away one-on-one sessions to help people find their creative inspiration and their confidence to work on it and commit to completing something, makes them feel good, fulfilled, and hopefully at some point share with others and increase the satisfaction we get by sharing it and moving others with it. So I love to say I'm a guide for people on the way home to themselves. It's in all of us, every child. I taught every grade level, and first graders, second graders, all could dance a story. They could write a poem about color. They could draw a feeling. They didn't have any perceptual rigidity. They didn't have that voice that says, that doesn't make sense. That's not good enough. That's not the way you do that yet. And starting in about third grade, and the more educated a person becomes, especially women, because it's a sexist world and men are most often making more money, in charge of a lot, have the weapons, have the brute strength. So women are often very intimidated and to be themselves in this world. But nothing is going to help more, in my humble opinion, than women speaking up and bringing their nature, their natural, nurturing, inclusive, take care of everybody, watch over everything, including the animals and plants and air and water and earth, energy, the nurturing, protecting energy. that is often associated with the feminine because we do birth. Every human being came through a woman, and the lucky ones were nurtured and still are by a female. So that nurturing energy the planet needs. We need women to step up and match the assertive energy of males to bring things back into balance. So as hard as it is to speak up, we're all afraid of women like, who does she think she is, having an opinion, and men interrupting us, cutting us off, being threatened by us having any confidence. We need to step up, speak up, and contribute our healing energy to the world to come back into balance. So there's my little rant for today. So let us go to the
Do you
ribbon
mind
rainbow.
if I jump in and you got
Please
some
do.
comments? Yeah, so Meg Litz said a handful of things here. Excuse us for not seeing them right away. We go live a bunch of places. So Meg said, let me pull them all up. The bird of paradise is so festive and elegant for the season. And then righteous resourcefulness, perfect. Appreciate that you provide cutting instructions for various tools. So clever. Do you provide a variety of color palette suggestions with the stencils?
That's a fabulous idea. Thank you for all those comments and for that idea. Um, I could do that, and so if you want that, that's well, obviously you asked because it's something you think would be of value to others. So I will do that when I put these stencils out, which we have them of, I think, 6 or 7 out now, and we're going to keep going. And soon we're going to start a Patreon. Members will get access to all of them for their monthly membership fee. And those who want to buy one or a few can also do that, or do that instead. But I will add to my videos, which I have on every stencil I make an outfit. Some of them also up on or walls or platters or furniture or standing screens. So that gives color suggestions there, how I've used them. But other than that, I could also write something for each of the stencil suggestions of mine, and people can use them or use their own ideas, use them however they like. I guess, my publisher friend calls me the distiller. I like to distill things, and I guess I'm a minimalist. So I like 1 or 2 colors or a bright area in an otherwise neutral outfit, because there's a lot of colors in this. But I like minimalism. I like simplicity. But I also appreciate many other aesthetics. So, you get to use your own creativity to use the stencils however pleases you. And Meg, I'd love to see, you mentioned you did some walls instead of wallpaper. You used stencils to do some walls. I have not done that, and I'd love to see that, or anybody else that has ways they've used stencils, mine or their own or somebody else's. I love to keep learning and keep getting new ideas for me and to share. So thank you. Okay, Bo?
Yeah. So you got another comment. MMM on YouTube said, I love the ribbon rose. Excellent idea. Great way to use all the ribbon that would otherwise end up in the rubbish bin every year.
Thank you. That's the point. Now we're going to show you my my ribbon rainbow that I couldn't bear to throw away ribbons over the years, and as you can tell by my son, I raised my two nephews, and so I've had a lot of ribbons come through, and I put them in bags. And then this last year, actually, I started these ribbon rainbows, which I refined this year. And for Thursday, I'm going to add a little swivel so that they can all turn at once just by the wind in the room. I didn't quite get that. We had to hand turn these. I didn't quite get that organized for today, but by Thursday, I'm going to put a little swivel and a little monofilament at the top so they can easily turn, and just by walking by them, they should turn. I like the kinetic sculpture effect. So that's what I've done instead of throwing any of the ribbons away. That's another thing I've done with ribbons. So it's amazing what we can find uses for, and the righteous resourcefulness is a principle that I think is the paradigm shift that humanity needs to go through. Even if you have a lot of extra currency in your life, there are people that don't have enough. So we can share more if we have extra. Our time, our attention, I believe, is the greatest gift we can give, is our attention and our supportive energy, feedback. Just listening can be the greatest of all gifts. And we are in what I call phone face era, where people are just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and it's not healthy. It isn't satisfying. It isn't enriching. It is just seeking distraction one after another. And it is a paradigm shift we need to settle and to slow down and to focus on our own contemplations. And that's how we make wisdom, is to slow down and really distill a bunch of different input into something cogent that can, enrich our understanding. And that's wisdom comes from slowing down, being present, being in the moment. And there's a lack, I call it a epidemic of lack of contemplative time. Most people, years ago, it was many years ago, people, every time I talked to somebody, how are you? Busy. As if that was a virtue or something that we all wanted to be. And what's interesting is I decided not to be busy, but to be peacefully productive. And people say, I'm very prolific, and the house is full of, I started to count the Emerald Lady at one point, and I got to over 2,187 or something, different things I've created, one of a kind, here at the Emerald Lady. And I'm like, okay, I can't count anymore. That I need to go back to creating, because it's joyous. So yes, I am very prolific, but I try not to be busy. Try to be focused and peaceful. So that's what I want to share, is look around you, see what you have, that instead of putting it in the trash bin, make something beautiful out of it. And if you need to collect more before you can do that, just keep it organized so that when you have enough to do the idea, or when you get the idea, you can go to it and make something that will delight you or a gift for others. So walk lightly on the planet and create more harmony within yourself and in the world. So on Thursday, could you show the picture of the stencils on the fine art table that I'm going to, yes, there we go. So those I will share my color palette ideas when I make those stencils into prints, which can also be, well, fine art and gifts. So one stencil could become many different creative expressions, including prints. And so I'm gonna get those going for next Thursday, for this coming Thursday at 11. When we come back, you'll see those made into prints, that art for your own home or gifts for others. So there you go. So that's the ideas for today's virtual visit. I really appreciate you being here and your comments. Thank you so much, and really look forward to seeing you again on Thursday, or hearing from you on Thursday at 11 Central Time. And please tell a friend. And every Monday and Thursday at 11 Central Time, there'll be more creative ideas, and it'll just keep going. So after the holidays, we'll just move into whatever's next. In my life, I've created things in jewelry, wardrobe, dishes, furniture, fine art, frame designs, scarves. There's so many different things. Anything I need in my life or want in my life, I give myself permission to try to create, for the joy of creating it. So that's what I want to share with you. And we will have this giveaway, and we'll talk more about that on Thursday, of creativity coaching to help you find what inspires you. So meanwhile, stay creative, and see you on Thursday.
All righty. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Bodhi, for your help, and
Happy
thanks
to
for
help.
being here. Tell a friend.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye-bye now.